about that with the NFL.
Yeah, lots of things.
So we get week 1. We get a lot of debuts, a lot of quarterbacks starting on new teams, a lot of injuries, kind of crazy stuff. But we'll start with Caleb Williams.
Okay.
So they did win.
They did not win. Will Levis gave up the game.
I'll say
Will Levis had probably one of the dumbest decisions in football history, which is, I'm not trying to like pick on him, but stupid.
Yeah, it was just not a great game, honestly, to watch because Caleb Williams was 14 for 29 with 93 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense carried them, obviously, because they didn't have an offensive touchdown.
Yep.
And like you said, Will Levis pretty much just handed them the game. So
it was easily he handed them the game. It was terrible.
Yeah,
he was falling over. Like it looked like to me when Russell Wilson like lost his step with the Seahawks and kept trying to do too much. It was just like, I get what you're trying to do, but let's not do that. Like we don't need that.
Yeah, I don't think that. Obviously, Caleb Williams is better than how he played last week, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe this is Caleb Williams. We don't really know. But it is only 1 week, so it's like, who knows what's going to happen? Everyone has bad weeks.
Yep.
But another thing that I'll kind of in the NFC West, kind of big news is Puka Nacua.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Out 4 weeks. Yep. So I was going to look at the Seahawks schedule because I don't know if we play them in that time. Because if we do, that's kind of a huge step up for us. But honestly, Cooper Kupp is still
I don't
really
think
good.
they do play them that early.
I don't think it's going to make that much. I don't think they do either. But what do you think that's going to do?
They don't.
For their offense?
They go to New England. Okay. Dolphins come to town, then to the Giants. To the Lions.
Yeah. So being as though Puka's going to be out for 4 weeks.
You got it.
Do you really think that's going to make like that big of an impact? Still, I mean,
well,
so
he
have
didn't,
Cooper Kupp.
He didn't play against the Lions, really. And in my opinion, I'm going to steal Colin Cowherd's words. Sure. That was the best loss I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Rams, the Lions completely got outcoached.
Yeah.
They got completely outplayed in the second half. They were down, 14 and a half, I think, or something like that. They got completely outplayed in the second half. Sam Bradford, or that's not Sam Bradford, it's Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
I always get them mixed up. Matt Stafford looked like his MVP type self that we've seen out of him before. It was, like I said, the best loss that you could have out of any team. Yes, again, did they lose? Yeah, that sucks, whatever. But they looked so good. And like I said, I don't even believe that Puka played
He played
much.
like 4 snaps or something.
He had 1 carry as a rusher, and he had 4 receptions for 35 yards. So he really didn't do anything. Yes, like you said, you do have
Cooper
Kupp, which is massive. They were down 7.5. Sorry. They just look. The Rams are going to be scary. I think the NFC West is. I now like after week 1. I know like the Cardinals lost, and I'm high on them because I think they were beating Buffalo the entire game. And then Buffalo decided to come out because Buffalo, which I think you're really going to see Josh Allen this year, Buffalo has no offense. It's Josh Allen. There's no one else that's even like half defense on that offense. They got rid of everyone. But the Cardinals look good. And they gave up that game. Just
Marvin Harrison, though,
not great.
Wasn't there yet.
No.
But like I said, 1 game.
Yeah, they 100%. And he's a rookie. He's going to get targeted because he is who he is. He's got his name. Everyone has all his high hopes on him, whatever. But they looked good. And like the Seahawks first half was awful. Yeah. And we'll get into that probably a little bit more unless we just want to talk about them right now, which I don't really care. They didn't look good in the first half.
Yeah.
And then you look at the 49ers without Christian McCaffrey. Oh yeah, okay, we're just still going to. I mean, yes, the Jets are still the Jets. I don't think the Jets are that good. I think
they have a good defense.
They have a great defense. And Aaron Rodgers, you could tell looks a step slow. Like you can tell he's 40 years old now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Marvin Harris, like we said, only had 1 reception. Kyler Murray, wasn't special, but they just made the game work. James Conner looked pretty good running. I think the West is now, like, honestly...
The West is going to be good.
The NFC West might be the best, and besides the AFC North, in my opinion, which the AFC North looks like poop now.
That's the Ravens,
the Browns.
Steelers.
Yeah, the Browns look terrible. Yeah. But yeah, I think it could be very interesting.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would say about the Lions and Rams game, Jameson Williams, I don't know if you watched too much of him. He was like a high pick like 2 years ago. Hasn't really done anything. I think I heard on ESPN he has like 25 receptions the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Actually made an impact on this game because he's really fast. So that'll be fun to see him if he's actually good or not, because it's always like those high picks you never really know.
It can be a 50-50 on a lot of them.
I don't know. We'll see. I think that could be a huge weapon for the Lions going forward. Obviously,
Yep.
they have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta that are pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have that other weapon, it just opens it up. And they have Jameer Gibbs in the backfield. I mean, that could be a really good offense.
It could be very interesting.
But I think
No, I agree with you. And I again, I mean, like you said, it's week one.
Mhm.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't,
there's
you're
so-
not
it's
you're
one
not
week,
you're
but-
not going to get a lot out of it because like the
Yeah.
other things that I'll just kind of again quick fire it. Like I said, first off, way too many penalties. The yellow flag needs to be put in the pocket. The offensive line has to be all straight. It's stupid. Who cares? It doesn't make a difference.
except for the Chiefs. The Chiefs can just do whatever they want.
Yeah, whatever. Taylor Swift pays them all off. So I'll just kind of go through it really quick again. New England, great win against Cincinnati. That's a big
Yeah,
upset.
That's cool for Gerard Mayo to win.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. It makes it interesting for the Seahawks who have to go there this week. They're coming off a win. They're going to be hyped up. Texans, big comeback. Shootout with
CJ Stroud, baby.
who did they play? The Colts. Big shootout, division win.
Did you see that throw from Anthony Richardson?
Yep.
My God.
Yep. Interesting.
That was insane. 60 yards off
Yeah,
his back foot.
That was crazy.
I could totally do that.
Yep. Nope.
We'll
The
record a
Giants.
video after this of me doing it. It's possible.
The Giants are really bad.
Daniel Jones sucks.
The Giants might be the worst team in football this year.
It's
And
okay.
I was like, I've told Giant fans and other people, I was like, give Daniel Jones a chance. He was a
Hey,
you
they
know,
unretired #1 for Malik Neighbors, so you know it's going to be worth it.
okay. The Giants are really bad, everyone. Cowboys looked so good. The Cowboy, and I get it. Like
Zeke's
last year,
back.
they put up 40 points in the first game. Yeah, Zeke's back. The team just looks good. Minshew looked really good
I
in
was
the
gonna
loss.
ask you, yeah.
I was looking at his stats earlier. 257 with a touchdown and a pick. 25 for 33.
I mean, that's
3 rushes for 5 yards, whatever.
not bad.
It was like a 90-something QBR.
That's not
He
bad.
was good. There was a couple decisions by their coach to punt the ball when they were down. It was just some interesting calls that
Yeah, I gotcha.
obviously whatever. But he looked good. I was a fan. Like we said, Sunday night classic, so good. So then Daniel Jones, Watson, and Bryce Young.
Yeah.
All 3 of them were terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Obviously, Watson's now having legal issues, which we're not going to get into. Off the field stuff that has now
Surfaced.
come back up. Daniel Jones looked terrible. Obviously, he's coming off a big injury. You don't really know what you're going to get. Bryce Young, I don't know if he's it anymore. He looked so bad again. And that's what it is. And then the other thing that I thought was great over the weekend, besides the other stuff that's more off the field stuff, Russell Wilson is the funniest man on the planet.
Okay, he was
Inactive.
He was the emergency third string, so that's why he was in pads. But
Sam,
still,
you do know that emergency third string means someone else comes in front of you,
I
which means
know.
hey, Fields gets injured, so and so's coming in.
then you should put on pads. But still,
He looked like a goober because they're all literally they show him and he's sitting there like this, and underneath pops him and goes inactive today, and I'm like. Should I put my pads on right now? I should put them on under my
should.
jersey and just
We should.
walk in here. I'm ready to go.
We should do it.
That was kind of all I had. And then off the field, I'll go quick. Oh, actually, one more thing. Sam Darnold looked really
Dude,
good.
I know. I
Which-
was so excited.
Bugs my stepdad because he's so excited for JJ McCarthy. But I'm like, hey,
Dude, you're not going to see JJ this year, so
well,
why
but if you're not, but if Sam say,
oh, I saw
I'm putting,
a crazy take.
I'm
on
putting
this,
your okay. Then I want to hear yours after this. But I'm just putting you in the shoes. Say he
but- oh, I know
takes
exactly
you to the
what you're gonna
playoffs
say.
and he does decently
This
fine.
is what I watched on like ESPN or something.
Do you re-sign him?
I know. That's what I was thinking about because
JJ's young.
it's
He's still
tough
young, but
because
it's like-
well, I think if you resign him, you have to trade JJ McCarthy.
Ooh.
That's the thing is if you keep Darnold and he's your
Well, and the
quarterback,
thing too with
then McCarthy's on the block.
that's fair. And Sam Darnold's not.
He's not that old. He's got to be like 28.
I don't even think he's that.
I think he's 28. That's my. That's my
I think
guess.
he's like 25.
Let me see.
He was born in
27.
97 to 27.
So still, that's 5 years of quarterback for sure.
I'm with you. He's proven. I get the hype behind JJ. Where you're going,
Just so young.
he's so young. He has all the tangible
Consistent
assets to be
winner.
good, 100%. But the difference
I don't
is
know.
the difference is you look at this, and I tell everyone this is Sam Darnold's a proven quarterback.
He's been in the league. He has that experience.
Yeah,
over
look
JJ,
at it's like
so.
the same thing with like Kirk Cousins. Like I get it. Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. You're not going to get more than probably 10 wins out of him, and then you're going to fall apart in the playoffs. I get it.
Yeah.
But he's a proven winner to at least get you there.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy has done nothing in the pros besides injure himself.
Yeah.
Now, I do understand that J.J. McCarthy probably has more of a upside than Sam Darnold might have, but Sam Darnold was a first overall pick.
He was like third overall. If I had to, he wasn't the first overall.
Are you sure?
Yes.
First round, third pick.
Hey, look at that. Spot on.
So he's still a very talented quarterback as well,
Mhm.
and he has
At
a lot,
USC.
and he has years of playing backup quarterback behind other people. And
He was the backup with. So he kind of went to
He was-
Carolina and played a little bit. But that was just
where did
Carolina's
he get
been
drafted?
a,
He was
he
on.
went to the Jets.
Oh
So
yeah,
that
he was
you
a
go to the
Jets. Yeah,
you're
you're
just
screwed. Yeah, that's right.
But after that, he went to Carolina, played a little bit, and then even if he didn't play a lot last year and he backed up Brock Purdy, that experience that he's going to get from
Well,
Shanahan.
just seeing that, yeah, Shanahan, and then
I mean, obviously the 49ers are good. I hate that, but they're so talented. They know what they're doing.
yeah,
So he had to have learned a ton.
yeah, I think it's an interesting. To me, I look at it and I go, if he's able to get you to the playoffs or a wild card or close enough,
Yeah, if he's successful, then you can't just bench him for a guy that's hopeful.
well, he's only on a 1 year prove it deal, so he's gonna prove himself. He's gonna do what he can. But I mean, obviously, like I was gonna talk about it in a second, he's not gonna get paid like Dak, which is incredible. But I'll get into that in a second. But he is. I mean, again, he's a proven quarterback in the league. He can play the game. JJ is super young. Do you need to trade him by next year? No. Will it irritate JJ to be like, I'm healthy, I want to play? Sorry, Bucko.
Yeah.
This is how it goes. This is big boy business now.
Yeah.
You know, do you look to trade him and try to get a first round pick or something out of him? Maybe. I don't know if I'd go that far. I'd be like, if I was to say Sam Darnold does good, I would say here's a 2-year deal with a team option.
Yeah.
Whatever, 15, 20 million a year. Kind of like a Geno Smith contract when he got his first one.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but still kind of on that prove it-ish deal.
Yeah.
But and then I would give him the starting job next year if he does good and says, JJ, sorry, you're benched. And then say he doesn't do good, which is very common. You know, look at Geno Smith again. He was really good 2 years ago, comeback player of the year, most improved, wherever he was. Last year,
fine.
He was whatever. Same type of thing. Darnold could kind of go to that level. And then you look at it and go, okay, we have him for 1 more year as our backup. JJ, you're in. And then if he, whatever to say that, and then it moves on the year after, you don't pick up the team option. But if he does really good, then you get him for next year. He does really good again. After that second year, you have a team option to maybe be like, we might keep you on this cheap deal and just run with it. And that's where I think you look at more trading away JJ because he's 20 years old, 21 years old?
He's 22.
He's so young.
23.
I just remember he barely
is
drinks,
very young.
which is crazy. But and then the other thing I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
before we kind of move on, I guess, to just the chickens,
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
21. Dak Prescott, yeah.
So
$240
do
million
you-
for 4 years.
I want to know, like, give me a grade. What do you think?
I think he's
No, not him. I want to know like the contract for him because I'm gonna have a different take
So
on
the
this.
problem is quarterbacks get paid a ton, so it's not like out of this world for what he got paid because he's a solid quarterback. The problem is they've already paid CeeDee Lamb. They're gonna pay Micah Parsons. They are not gonna have a team. They're gonna have like 3 players and that's it. So it's not the worst contract ever. I mean, yes, it's a crap ton of money, but he's been really good. But you won't have a team. It's not that he's I don't think he's worth $60 million a year. I don't think anybody is. So it doesn't really matter to me what he really got, but it's okay, you have a quarterback, a receiver, and a defensive end.
So I find it
I
really
don't know what else they're
interesting.
gonna do with that.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I find it very interesting because the cap I was looking this up yesterday when my dad was talking to me about it. The cap is at $255 million.
And they're probably at like 90 with just these 2 contracts. with
That's
CeeDee
the
Lamb
salary
and
cap.
Whoever.
The highest in the league right now is the 49ers at 240.
Yeah.
Dallas is 10 at 233.
Yeah, so they're
So
gonna
they're going to add up to, they'll probably get into the top 5 of that.
yeah.
But the other thing I was looking at is the Cowboys are in win now mode still.
Oh, yeah.
They have a good enough team to obviously win now if they can put it a little bit more together. Is there a better option than Dak Prescott?
Not for them.
So, but,
Not
so that's
right
what I'm saying.
now.
Even to
Yeah.
try to be like, hey, we'll trade Dak Prescott for.
They're not gonna get anybody.
Well, yeah, who would they
Yeah.
get in return? Whether it's a couple first round picks,
They'd
or
have
whatever.
to draft, and there's
and
no
you're
guarantees.
you don't have the time to draft.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott last year was very good. He did throw a ton of touchdowns. He did lower his interception rate a lot. But you do look at it, and I agree with you because I don't know where that kind of money is going to go. But I also look at it and I'm like, I don't understand.
What else are you gonna get?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you literally can't get anything else out of it. And excuse me, Dallas is not even Dallas is at 28th in
Oh.
payment. Sorry, I was looking at it based off of average because the Giants have the worst cap right now.
Shocker. Yeah.
Which is crazy because the Cowboys usually are a big spender. So they do. I mean, the only teams below them are the Raiders, Miami, New England, and Detroit, which is crazy. Detroit's like the Seahawks right now. They have so many rookies and people.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at that and I go, at the same time, I think you're not going to get a better option. So paying him that $60 million for, I don't even know how long, 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where you're like, it sucks.
But what are you gonna do?
You don't have a choice. Like, you have to go with Dak because he knows the system. He's gonna get it. He's 31. He'll be 35 by the time it's over. I
Yeah, and
believe.
that's maybe that's when you move on. So
He's not a. He gets a bad rep because he's on the Cowboys.
yeah,
If you
it's
put
because
him,
they're
on,
gonna win the Super Bowl every year.
If you put him on 100%, if you put him on the 49ers or literally any other team, he'd be considered an MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's on the team that has the most pressure in the history of all sports and the most annoying fan base in the history of all sports, where they think they're going to win everything every year, they think they're going to win the World Series with the Cowboys. It doesn't make sense. That's who they are, though. You get a bad rep for him. So
Yeah.
but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I think the last thing I had was Jordan Love
Mm.
gets hurt. So
Shouldn't be out for the year,
that's what I
but
was gonna say. What I kind of read
it's
is
like
he was
6
out
weeks.
for 3 to 6 weeks, but then they said that so they traded for Malik Willis, who was Will Levis's backup
Yes.
in Tennessee.
Mhm.
They did that before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that Willis will start if Love isn't cleared. So I was reading like two different things. I was confused. So it was like, I'm pretty sure he's not playing, but then there was like, I don't know if he's actually starting for sure. So it doesn't really matter because Jordan Love won that job by far. I think Malik Willis is obviously just going to fill in, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'm getting two different opinions on the information I was looking for. So
I
don't know.
From what I know, is he is out.
see, that's what I would have thought.
I thought they said he wasn't out for the year.
No, well, I read 3 to 6 weeks, but then the other report I read was whoever their coach is, I'm spacing on his name right now, said that Malik Willis will start unless Jordan Love is cleared.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It says this was 2 hours ago.
Oh, so that might be more up to date.
Went down with a knee injury. Green Bay opted not to place Love on the injury reserve, meaning he will not be required to sit out
Yeah.
at least 4 games. Still, as of Tuesday, it appears the team will be turning to newly acquired Malik Willis for Week 2 against the Colts.
So I guess that answers my
well, and they
question
could be
then.
waiting too because
Well, they really just didn't put him on the IR. So
Well,
it could be sooner than 4 games. It's
yeah,
pretty much
and
the only
is
thing.
it one of those things where Matt LaFleur? I don't know why
That's
that
his
just.
name.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I don't know why that just came to me. It says he didn't close the door on him being available Week 2 after the injury, but again, is it an MCL strain? Is it a tear? Is it a partial tear?
They're still figuring it out.
We don't
so.
know that. We'll probably know that by the end of today. Today is Tuesday, so we'll probably know that by the end of the day.
That's
After they
fair.
travel home, they go to the doctor, they go through everything. Obviously, they've like it's better than ACL, but there's a lot of different ligaments, so it's just kind of trying to figure out where he stands, and try to figure that out kind of going forward. But yeah, I mean, it's a huge loss.
Oh, yeah,
that's
for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Hopefully, he's not injured. I hate to see a young quarterback like that, go
Especially
down.
after getting paid, too. It kind of sucks.
Well, that's just how the world goes now. Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms and make sure to come back to hear more from the Kind of Athletic podcast.